Yo, what up, man? Chris Unbias checking back in, man. Real quick, man, I want to talk about this BIGG K versus Ave situation. I know it's kind of like a couple days old, but I still want to touch on it because I feel like a lot of people like to blame URL for these kind of situations. And in one essence, I can see where you're getting at when you do that, but let's just be real, man. This is a business. This is a competition. If you sign a URL contract, URL has every right to pretty much block the battle. Let's just call it what it is. They have every right to block the battle. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to sign you to a contract and then let you battle over here. The battlers got to be more honest. They got to be more upfront. They got to stop acting like they can have their cake and eat it too. They got to stop acting like, oh, I didn't really know I couldn't take this battle. You remember earlier this year when Cortez was supposed to be doing a quarantine battle with 40 Cal? And he's made a comment like, I didn't know quarantine battles counted in terms of the contract. Like, I didn't think that I couldn't do a quarantine battle on RBE. I think people just aren't being honest with themselves in these situations. I know why y'all get mad at URL because you think, wow, BIGG K versus Ave. URL is not going to book the battle. You know what I'm saying? So now we're not going to get the battle at all. So the fans get mad at that. I completely understand that. I feel like with URL also, you can look at it like, well, damn, it's a black-owned company hating on another black-owned company. We don't want to see that either. I totally get that. But in business, people are very cutthroat, bro. Very, very cutthroat. If I sell this hat right here for $10 and someone else can find this hat for $8, they're going to buy it for $8. That's just the way business works. People are always trying to look for a deal. People are always trying to undercut people. It don't matter the race. It don't matter anything. I mean, maybe that's a subject for a whole nother day or another topic. Maybe it's something wrong in that period. But that's always been the way business is, and that's always been the way things have been ran. The person that is at fault in this situation is Ave. And he's just, I fuck with Ave. Y'all make sure y'all go get his music. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Ave. I fuck with Kenny, 757 from Norfolk, his manager. I fuck with all of them. But I'm a blogger, bro. I got to keep it real. And Ave is lying. At the end of the day, Ave is not being truthful. It just is what it is. Let me tell you where Ave messed up at. Let's be real. Do you really think Ave would have a contract that expires in 2021, but he thought it expired in 2020? I mean, let's just keep it real, bro. Like, you already know, like, this is a bunch of BS. That this is not what ever happened. The problem Ave made is he agreed to this contract. He signed the contract, if I'm not mistaken. He was supposed to get his deposit like the very next day. And he basically goes to Chico and tells Chico about the battle. And that's already a breach of contract. You can't do that. You can't, the same way you can't tell fans who you're battling, or you're not supposed to. You're definitely not supposed to tell your competitor who you're battling. So URL sat back and thought, okay, the contract for Ave really was up. It really was up, bro. Right now in 2020 it was up. What do you think Chico did? What do you really think Chico did? Oh, well, let us sign you to another contract. So if you add, this is the dilemma that you run into. Let's just hypothetically throw some numbers out. If ARP says, I'll pay you $7,000 to battle BIGG K. Okay. You agree to it. You go to URL and tell them about it. They say, well, man, we want to sign you to a 4-battle deal for $20,000. $5,000 each battle. So now you got $20,000, $7,000. Because, you know, ARP don't do as many events, and it's not guaranteed that he's even going to book Ave anymore the rest of the year of 2021 after the BIGG K battle. So what are you going to do if you Ave? That $20,000 sounds very good because it's more like guaranteed money versus the $7,000. So that's really the dilemma that Ave runs into. URL knows this. URL uses it to their advantage. They sign people to contracts. We are not going to believe that Ave thought his contract ended in 2021. They just gave him another contract on the spot and blocked the battle. And that contract blocked the battle. Now, in my personal opinion, there has to be some value in your battle dropping on YouTube. There just has to be, bro. Because we live in an era where nothing is dropping on YouTube. Do you realize, like, Sue Surf, A-Verb, Shotgun Suge, Arsenal, all these people, man, got music going on. They got clothing lines going on. They got a lot going on. When I met Arsenal for his Untold Truth, he was basically in a studio and he was doing 7 or 8 features that day at $100 a feature. But Arsenal got popular and was able to do that because of YouTube and his rapping ability. All these mid-level ballers, these Avs, these Mike P's, these Jerry Wesses, all these kind of ballers like that, and even the younger ballers, the Kid Chaoses, the Jada Nightwings, you don't have a way to take your URL footage and market yourself because it lives on an app. It's copyright protected, so you can't even put it on YouTube and show the people. So a big battle like Ave and BIGG K, if it would have went on YouTube and been a classic, or you would have beat BIGG K clearly, it would have opened up more doors for you in the long run. You think URL still wouldn't have booked you? Of course they would. They would have saw this crazy performance. You ain't battled in a long time. They saw this crazy performance you put on. They would have been trying to scoop you up anyway. So you really could have had your cake and eat it too. You didn't even have to tell Chico about this battle at all. And there has to be some value in this because everybody run around here with this app game shit. And I fuck with the app too. Don't get it wrong. I pay $7.99 a month religiously for the URL app. But there is a lot of value in YouTube if you are able to flip it and monetize it into some other stuff for you. That's the only way that you can market. Let's be real. URL is not marketing these people the best that they can. You know what I'm saying? They're not even putting their music or their t-shirts or anything in front of the battles, even on the app. So you don't have any way to know anything that these people got going on. At least YouTube would give you that. So there has to be some value to that. And most importantly, your word, bro. All you got in life is your balls and your word. So if you basically say this to Chico and then Chico signs you to another contract right then on the spot, you can't go back to ARP and say, I didn't really read the contract. I'm really signed up for another year. That's really not true and not the case. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely not the case. And it doesn't even make any sense. And a lot of these guys be burning their bridges with RBE because they just don't be honest. You know, ARP, he's going to fact check that. So what does he do? He's like, yo, just send me the dates to the contract. I just want to make sure that that's really why you backing out. He never got the dates. You know why he never got the dates? Because it was a new contract. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no contract that was like, 2018 or 2019 through 2021. It was a new contract. Av knows that, and Av Av didn't want to send it because of that. So now it just looks like, see, people don't want to keep it real and just say, you know what? They presented me all this money. I caved to the money. I took the money, and that made me go back on my word because everybody like to act like they such a real nigga. And last thing you want to do is let somebody dangle some money in front of you and it change your whole tune, because that ain't like real nigga shit to a lot of people. So you got to come up with something like, oh, I didn't read the contract. But that's not really what happened. So a lot of these people, because they can't be honest, ARP probably could understand that, like, yo, bro, I'm going to keep it real with you. Like, I was going to take your battle for $7,000, but then URL promised me this person and this person, this, and said they'll give me $20,000. Like, I want to battle on your league, but this is what I'm dealing with. So let me just go ahead and get this money and pay for, I got some stuff to do with my family and stuff. ARP probably would understand that if people just kept it a buck. But people really aren't honest with their intentions, and it leaves ARP in a way to just say, because he real big on morals and principles. If I call you and ask you directly what happened, it's just me and you on the phone. You can't keep it real? Like, come on, bro. Like, this ain't a bunch of fans in front of us. You gotta kick some fake shit for the fans. It's me and you on the phone. All you got is your word. All you got is just you being able to just be honest. I see baller after baller after baller falling out with RBE, and they don't fuck with these ballers again. They not like some people. You know how like Bill Collector at one point in time went on YouTube and said fuck URL, and all these people say fuck URL and fuck Smack and the next thing you know they back on URL. ARP don't really roll like that. If he can't count on you and your word, or you very disrespectful to the league or whatever, he'll just do without you. And I know a lot of y'all may be like, man, I don't give a fuck. This is URL, like the biggest battle league in the world. Like, why would Av really care about RBE? There is some value in YouTube, bruh. And I really feel like in the long run, that battle with BIGG K, you're not going to even get that battle now. It's contractually signed to RBE. So BIGG K can't even take it to URL even if he wanted to. That battle will never happen. There's nobody you're going to battle this year that is going to be bigger than you and BIGG K. Nobody. Nobody. They can give you clips. It's still, I mean, you already battled clips. They can give you, I mean, unless you was to battle Tay-Rock and it was like XK versus Cave, that's like the biggest. Like, there is no battle that someone can give you that will be bigger than that. So, and there's value in YouTube. A lot of y'all don't know, man. RBE is about to do some big shit, bro. Like, it's some shit that they working on behind the scenes that y'all gonna start seeing in 2021, and their league is gonna be vastly expanded. And you might want to be a part of it, especially since it's the second biggest league in battle rap. You ain't but one argument away from falling out with URL. You know how petty them niggas can be. You know, you piss P off, and he might not book you for 6 months. I don't really know, to keep it real with you. So it's one of them situations where keeping your options open is important, and burning bridges can really hurt you. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, especially when niggas are just straight up with you and just trying to throw money your way. And you could have probably had your music in front of the videos, and you could have probably had t-shirts or whatever it is you got going on in front of that. You know, these are perks that you probably could have got easier with RBE than even URL. So, I don't know. I wanted to tell y'all that, man, because a lot of y'all, I feel like, are coming at URL. And I'm not saying they don't have a little bit of culpability in this situation, but Av just didn't keep it real. Straight like that. He just didn't keep it real. That's his own. He didn't even do his own slogan. He didn't even keep it straight like that.